Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and this amazing video. I'm Aditya. In this video, we are going to create a very interesting thing. We will create a React Native application used for scanning a QR code. And not just that, we will make it like we will have a bounding box around the QR code. The same thing that I did for Vue.js, where I draw a bounding box around the QR code, the green color or red color box. The same way here, we will do exactly the same thing for React Native. So without any further ado, let's begin. So here I have a basic React Native application, which I have modified a bit. So this is just modified from my previous application where we created Firebase registration and login with React Native. So that same thing is just modified. So here we have imported React and two functionalities of lazy and suspense. I'll tell you quickly what they are. Then, sorry, I'm just not feeling well, so you might hear me sniffing a bit here and there. Sorry for that. So we have the navigation container and then the navigation stack container. This is just for React Native navigation, same like React router and switch. Then a text component. So actually we have it over here for just like a fallback because as we are lazy loading a camera component here, so we have this fallback. So since the camera component is lazy loaded, so there might be a case that it's still taking a bit of time. So in that case, it will just show us loading on the screen. And this create native stack navigator is a function which returns two components. So one is the stack.navigator and stack.screen. So stack.screen resembles the screen that we are currently on or the screen subsequently we are going to visit. So initial route name, I just gave the camera component, which is just a plain component here again. And screen options, I don't want to show the header, so I've just put it false. So that gives us a very basic React Native application, a slightly modified one. So now let's start coding in this camera component. For having a React Native barcode scanner, we just need to go over here and just need to install this application. This package, not application, but the package. So as I'm using Expo, so I will use this command expo install Expo Barcode Scanner. So I have already installed that. So if I go over here in package.json, you will see that, where is it here? So it's already installed over there. And then we just have to use this to draw or to scan the QR code. So let's go step by step. So first, all we have to do is import two things. One is the barcode scanner, and the second one is some Tailwind style because we are using Tailwind. So I'm using Tailwind React Native class names. So it just allows you to use Tailwind styling in your React Native application. So I'm just using that. So here I'm just going to say import TW means Tailwind from Tailwind React Native class names, and other thing I want is the barcode scanner. So import barcode scanner, barcode there, yeah, here, barcode scanner from Expo Barcode Scanner. Then I guess we will need a view. So we have to fit this in that this barcode scanner, we want to fit it in a view. So I'm going to import, so we already have a view and text, so that's not a problem. And I'm going to take some safe area. So safe area view just allows that you have like a proper fit on the screen. So that's why we are using it. And a button to just like flip camera like rear and front. So for that, I will need a button. So I will be using the touchable opacity. You can also use the pressable, but I will be using the touchable opacity because it has that touch effect when you press on it. So that being said, then we are here, and now here we just need to start working. So first, let's understand how it works. So if I go to the documentation over here, so here you will see like there are various types of barcodes that we can scan. We are mostly interested in the QR code, so we'll need this. Then we just have to start by setting the permissions or accessing the permissions because we need permission from the users to start the camera. And then we will just need the scanned and set scan status. So let's see what it is doing here. So use effect, if you are new to React, so use effect is same like mounted functionality of Vue if you're coming from Vue background. So this function runs, so whatever it is, it will run with respect to a variable change. But as there is no variable change here, so this will run only once. Okay, So this function will run, and here we are taking the requesting for the permission for the camera. If they are granted, we are just setting the permission as true or false depending if they are granted. Okay, then here we are handling the QR code scan. So once the barcode is scanned, then we are just displaying the data, whatever the data it is. And last but not the least, here we are saying that if the permission is there, great, or if the permissions are not there, actually not great. Actually, if they're not there, we are just putting the text, hey, you haven't given the permission, would you like to give us, something like that. And if the permissions are there, we are just displaying the barcode scanner. This barcode scanner, you can say, is nothing but a camera, or I'm pretty much sure that this is Expo camera only behind the scene. I haven't researched much on this, but I have seen in Expo camera. So if I go and over here, so Expo camera has the same functionalities, where if we go for the barcode area, so if I go for, there must be a barcode. So if I type here barcode, yeah, here. So for Expo camera, as you could see, these barcode functionalities are coming from this barcode scanner, which is this one. So I assume that this barcode scanner is behind the scene using Expo camera, but we will see, because I also tested it before the video with Expo camera barcode and barcode scanner video, barcode scanner scanning. So this is very interesting point. So you might want to take a note of this as well, that on barcode scanner, when you get the bounding box, the coordinates are very accurate. At least for me, they were coming very accurate. But for Expo camera, they were coming less than 1. So you just need to make sure that you're using barcode scanner if you want the correct bounding box. Okay. So this is the component barcode scanner that I'm talking about. So now we just need to use this component and just need to make sure that if it is scanned, then whatever the status is, we are putting it back over there. And on scan, we are just handling the scan, nothing different, and some styling from our side. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward and simple. So it is just a very fast run of what I said. Now let's code it and let's see step by step what we are doing. So let's start from here. So first we need to set the permission. So let's keep it side by side like this, so that we can keep a check that we are doing the right thing. So here, so let's keep it side by side so that we can keep a check that we are doing the right thing. So here I will just need to start from here. So here I will just need to say const has permission. So if there is a permission, this is our has permission variable, and there we are running a use effect, a use state, not use effect. Sorry for the word, because I was looking on the left hand side and use effect was in front of me. So that has permission. Okay, and what I will do is I'll just minimize this so we have more space. So here I will first set it as null. Okay, then we will need one more for scanned and set scan. So scanned and set scanned, so if it's scanned or not, something like that, and by default this is going to be false. Then we will have a use effect, so it's automatically imported once we put it over there. So use effect is again a function which will run with respect to a change in a value. If there is no value, then it will keep on running as something changes, but if there is a value, like even a blank box, then it just runs once. So here we will have an async function. So this is an async function because this thing over here is going to return a promise. So we want to wait till this request permission function is, as it's an async function, as you could see, this is completed. That's why we are using await functionality here, and to have that await functionality we need to have an async function here. So this, we will write it like this. So here we will have status that we will get from, after this thing is resolved, it will give us a status. So here I'm going to say await and barcode scanner dot request async permission. Then whatever permission we get, we are just going to set that permission. So set has permission status equal to, if it's granted, that means we are good to go. This status has permission. This has permission will become true. Okay, so that being said, so we'll just run this immediately, and here we will pass blank array. Oops, comma. Perfect. So next, we need a function to handle once the barcode is successfully scanned or a QR code is successfully scanned. So I'm going to say const handle success. So I'll just give it a short name because it's too long name. And here I'm going to have the type and data that I will get after we are successful in this. So here I'm going to say set scan. So I want to say scanned, like it is scanned, so it should be true. So next we have to be, then here we have has permission. So actually this is not required, this is an extra step, just to say that you haven't given permission. So what I will do is I'll just combine this in one line. So if has permission, just to keep our usability point of thing straight and nice. So I'm just gonna write it, I'll just write it from that point of view. So false, and if this is true, actually it should be or, not and, because one of them, if one of them is true, then we will just have return a text component. So in React Native, this text is exactly similar to p tag or x tag, like it's exactly similar to that. So here I'm going to say no access. Of course, if it's null, you could see over here it's requesting for permission. If it's false, then no access. So currently we'll just keep it like no access for both. You can separate it, but it's an optional step. So next we have, as it says, that we will just need to copy this and we will just put it over here. This text camera can go, and we can just have our barcode. Actually, that text camera, what we could do is we can just put it over here, and I will give it some Tailwind styling. So I'm going to say text and style, and then TW, and then Tailwind classes. So I'm going to give it text 3XL and font bold and text align center, text center. So here I'm going to say barcode scanner, QR code scanner actually, QR code scanner, and let's send this over here. Okay. So next thing we need to do is give some styling to the container. So now if you see, the style sheet is just to make the camera full screen. So it depends how big you want the camera. You want full screen camera, or do you want like how do you want it? So it's totally up to you. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it styling of something like this. So here I'm going to say style, then TW again, and I will give it a width of full and height of full, or height screen actually, that would be better. Okay, let's give this screen as well. Okay, so that's actually pretty much it. So here we just have to do something like say handle success, because that's the function that we are calling over here for handling the success event, and style.absolute fill object. So here they haven't given style for this, so it's again up to us. So let's give a style over here. So I'm going to give a style of, let's say I can do Tailwind again, and let's give it height full and width full for now. Okay, so now let's see how does this look like. So let's also import use case before we go forward, and let's go over here and let me have app mirror. So let me quickly connect this and then we will see how it looks like. So I'll just skip this part of video and I'll get back quickly. Okay, so it's looking kind of pretty weird, because if you see this QR code scanner is there, I guess I haven't wrapped this in what I could say in safe area. So let me wrap this in safe area. So let me just quickly wrap it in this all in safe area view. So this will be safe area view, and let's put this over here, Okay, now let's see. Yeah, that's perfect. So you could see like there's some margin over here, and as I'm using the 12 mini version of iPhone, so on that cut screen at the top, the QR code scanner went up. Here it's showing clean, but before it was somewhere here. So we just need a safe area to make sure it has perfect fit on the screen. Okay, so I guess this camera thing is done. Now we will just need a button to flip the camera. So rear and front, like just to make sure that if it's to flip it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a button here. So something like this, or actually I can just expand this thing and have the button inside this barcode scanner, and inside this I'll have a button. Or let's do touchable opacity, to be honest, so that we can style it. So touchable opacity, and inside that here will be a text to just flip camera. And now let's give it some styling. Oops, text, and let's give it some styling. So style, this will be tailwind styling again. So we will have BG, let's give blue 400, text white, oops, text white, and text center. Perfect. Let's see what button we get over here. So it says its screen is not a valid tailwind class. Okay, so let's do it H full then. Over here, let's do H full, and let's do width full. Right, so our button is at the very top. If you see over here, we need to bring it down. So let's try to bring it down. So what I'm going to do here is I can give this barcode scanner, maybe I can do flex, and will it work? So if I do flex and then just put the camera down there, the button down there, yeah, I could actually do button flex. Okay, so let's do this as flex. Okay, rather let's do this. We will have this thing as flex over here. So safe area, and this as flex. And let's see how it looks. So this is flex, and next thing we need to do is refresh this. And then what we could do is we just give flex row over here, so they are in one row. Actually, let's do flex column is best. And let's do, so that's the barcode scanner, that's the QR code scanner, and what we could do here is put this thing as flex as well. Alright, so let me tell you what I did. So here I give a flex 1 property, so it's just like taking it a full width, full height. Same to the safe area and like view, both I gave flex 1. Then over here I wrapped this touchable opacity in a view and then gave it a flex 1 and flex of direction row. And here I just did a flex auto. So this is something like flex in React Native. So if it's style sheet, then it just flex 1, something like this. But if I put it as an auto, then it's flex 1 and auto or something like that. So that's what we are doing it literally here. So once that's done, then we just put it at the end. So the button goes at the end, gave some padding, and here I gave some margin, so it just lifted up slightly, and that's pretty much it, nothing different. So now we have this thing. So next thing we need to do is flip camera. So if I press right now, nothing happens. So let's flip the camera. So how to flip camera? And set type, and here I'm going to use it something like use fake as. Okay, so we can remove the type from here, and we will just take it as in exactly context, whatever context we receive. And then here I'm going to say by default it would be barcode scanner dot constant dot let me see, I guess it's type, yeah, type dot back. Perfect. So this will be the back camera, and we just need to give a comma over here. Oops. And then over here, whenever we press this, we just need to change the type. So here I'm just gonna go a bit down over here. I'm gonna say on press. This is gonna run a function, and that function will do nothing but it will check the current type, and based on that it will just set the type. So here it's just like toggling the type, something like that. So here we will just can call the set type use state, and here we will say type equal to if this was back. So I'm going to say if barcode scanner dot constant dot type dot if this was a back camera, then on press change it to barcode scanner dot constant dot type dot front, else change it back again to barcode scanner dot constant dot type dot back. Okay, so what we are doing here is we are just setting the type. If it was back, set it to the front. If it is front, set it to the back, something like that. And then over here we will set the type of the camera. So here I'm going to say type equal to whatever type it is set to. And also one small thing I'm going to do here is I want to make this barcode scanner visible to scan only QR code. So I'm going to do here. So here I'm going to set that barcode types to be barcode scanner dot constants dot barcode type dot QR. Okay, perfect. So okay, what is it saying? UI block. Okay, let's refresh this. Okay, so we have the problem over here. It says right. Okay, let's do it like this. Let's wrap it in the barcode settings. This thing. So here I'm gonna say barcode settings, barcode scanner settings actually, settings equal to, and then it's gonna be an object, and the first one in this is gonna be this thing, and then we can put it as an array over here in this. Now if we go over here, just give a quick refresh, so it will just do some formalities for us, and there it is. So let me see the flip camera. It works. Hello. And then back again. Perfect. So camera is working. Now next thing is to scan the QR code. So if you see, we have a handle success function here. So let's go over here, and apart from setting this to true, let's console.log this context, and let's see what we get. Oops. So context. Okay, so I have on my laptop the QR code. So what I'm going to do is I'll scan this QR code over here, and side by side I will have the terminal open. So you'll see that we are getting bunch of data here. So we are getting the target, we are getting the type, this is the type of QR codes, not the camera type, sorry, barcode type. Then it's a QR code, then it gives the URL that we visit once we scan the QR code, and the corner points and the bounding box. So we are interested in this bounding box. Okay, so let's now have a box over here. So to do that, what we need to do is, to this view we will give position as a relative, and we will have a box here which will have a position of absolute, and then that absolute box will straight away will go on that QR code positioning. So if you see here, we have a bounding box X and Y, so these are nothing but the top and left, and this is nothing but the height and width. So what we are going to do is, let's take it over here. So I'm going to take view. So this is going to be an empty view, and then it will have some style. So now this time I was going view way. So this time we need to give our own JSX styling over here. So this time I'm going to say position this will have the position of absolute. Then the top will be the y, because top is along the y-axis. We will define this variable x and y, don't worry. Left will be x, width will be width, and height will be height that we will give now. Okay, and also we will need some border color. So border color, I want to have it like, let's say, red border, and border width I want to have it, let's say, 2 pixels or 2 units. Then over here we will take those variables quickly. So here I can say I want x with setX function. So this will be the, by default it's gonna be 0. Use state, so this is gonna be 0. Now we can just copy this because we will need the same thing for y, width and height. So let's copy this. So this will be y, this will be y, this will be width, and this will be height. Let's do this camel case. So width and height, perfect. Now next thing we need to do here is, once we have this, we can remove this. Once we have this, so now if I go back over here, so we are getting a context. From that we are only interested in this bounds. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to destructure that object. So here I'm going to say const, I want origin and size from context dot bound. Perfect. Then after we have those bounds, so, or more precisely, I can just destructure it here only. I can say bounds and data. So bounds will be this thing over here. So from this we need origin. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to say set x as origin dot x, set y as origin dot y, set height as size dot height, oops, CIGHT, and set width as size dot width. Okay, so once that's done, we can also okay, I just need to refresh this, so I'll do that later. So once that's done, we can also show what data it is throwing out. So if it's a URL, we can navigate to the URL. That's an extra thing, so we'll just skip that part. We'll just display the data. So here I will display console.log data, whatever data it has. Okay, then next thing we need to do, well, let me quickly connect this. So sorry for this. Perfect. So now we have our application ready. So let's see if it scans the QR code. So it is scanning the QR code. Oh, it's not scanning actually. Okay, let's see what wrong is happening here. So let's refresh this. Okay, now let's scan it. Okay, so it scanned once. So okay, just scanning once, it is not going again and again. So let's see what's wrong happening over here. So okay, so we have set scanned as true and we are not setting it to false again. So let's remove this thing, and then we will go back over here. And now if we go over here, let's refresh this thing. Okay, so it is continuously scanning but is not drawing that bounding box. So let's see why it is not doing that. So here we have height as height, width as width, top as y, left as x, position as absolute, that's correct. And what else we are missing here? So border color is red and border width is 2. Okay, so right, let's do this. Let's put this inside this barcode scanner and see if it works. It's just the positioning of this thing. Most probably it should work inside the barcode scanner. Oh, there it is. Something came up. So let's refresh this. Okay, now it is taking the layer of camera. Okay, So let's do small changes. So relative is right. Let's do this. Let's remove from here and put it on the camera. So to the style, we'll put this as relative. So it will be absolute to this. And next thing we need to do is, so this is height of full, width of full, relative. That's great. Position, absolute. Okay, let's refresh it and see if it works. Okay, now it is working. So I just need to reconnect the app. So let me go over here. Oops. Okay, so if I go over here, we have the QR code over there. So on scan, it is going over there. Let's try to get the Expo one. Oh, perfect. Amazing. Let's go over here again. Perfect. Amazing. Let's go over here. Perfect. Amazing. So that's what we are just doing here. Like, fantastic. So I guess that's all from me for now. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. If you feel this video is worth sharing, share with your network, please. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. And also do check out the same video I have done for Vue. It's for a web app. This is for a mobile app. So two different things. But do check that as well. And that's all from me. Till the next time. Goodbye.